I have 2 or 3 words to describe Mike. And the first one is that he's an extraordinary man. Extraordinary man. And I thought I would live by that until yesterday I was out. And when I was coming back home, a friend of mine called and said, "Where will you be tomorrow?" And I said, "Tomorrow I will be attending a double ceremony for a friend who is celebrating his birthday and who also at the same time is presenting 50 books." And he said, "Who is that friend?" I mentioned his name, Mike. Oh, and his reaction was, "Oh, he's one of those radicals." So I thought that, well, I have said this man is an extraordinary man. When my friend said he's one of those radicals, I did not know what to say. So when I got home, I took my dictionary because I don't know whether I will want to tell Mike that he has been described as a radical or whether I will not. So I took my dictionary, and of course, dictionary never lies. It will tell you. So I look at the word radical, and it says a person who advocates thorough or complete political or social change. I like that.
Mike is a very senior lawyer, so I know so many senior lawyers are here, both at the bar and the bench. So in such occasions, we only use such platforms to plead, especially those of us who are into the political environment, that the way things are going in this country, especially listening to the judgments being given regarding political cases, which Baba will not want to go in, but I can go in. We are beginning to see that democracy in Nigeria is like a cone that is being turned upside down. And if a cone, and you turn it upside down, and the top that's supposed to be big, even if it's little roundish, and you manage to stand it, it cannot be so stable. The slightest perturbation, it will fall. And when I listened to senior lawyers like Olisa Agbakoba, who was making comments on some Supreme Court judgments, I felt very sad that the country has gotten to that level. I plead that if democracy will endure, the people both at the bar and the bench should not be carried away by political influence. That is the only way. And that is the only way we can stabilize the political process. When I look at how nation works, I have never seen a system where a subunit can discipline the top.
Mike Ozekhome, today as he celebrates his 67th birthday, I use the occasion to urge him not to relent in your efforts and contribution in building a better society. Our society, our country today needs effort of all, so we do not bequeath our children anarchy, and a failed place. So, Mike Ozekhome, I urge you to continue in your contribution and urge all of us to do similar. May God Almighty, who has been with you all this while and seeing your goodness, continue to bless you, grant you many more healthy, fruitful, and happy years, and continue to bless you and your family and our dear country, Nigeria, always.
All the senators present here, savvy and non-savvy, to wish my brother, Professor Abu Ozekhome, the great boy of Ukwe, happy birthday. Much has been said about Ozekhome. I don't want to say much about him again because he's a workaholic, he's a good dancer, he's a playboy, he's a great man. The Akpakpa Biggie of the universe. No more Akpakpa Biggie of Edo State, but it's now Akpakpa Biggie of the universe. May God bless you and give you strong and everything you wish yourself. Now you are celebrating 67 with 50 books now. By the time you'll be celebrating 70, you will add another 70 books. May good God give you the wisdom to always call us. And we are proud to be associated with you. You are a good man. God bless you and your family.
The duty is gargantuan to review 50 books in 15 minutes. But I appreciate my lords who are here, my Lord Justice Abaji, the most senior of the judges and of our justices. I recognize you, my lords. The book has been reviewed in part. We have seen the video, the collections. It is an arduous task, a very daunting one. I don't want to call them books, but I would prefer to say corpus. And when you talk of corpus, you are talking of intellectual collection. That's what will be presented this afternoon, and that's what we are reviewing. And we are given an insight. I believe that we have copies. We are given an insight into the books and into the works. And we are given all the titles. And you have also seen them. We are already on item number 2. And we have given all the titles. Good governance, law, democracy, then the methodology. The methodology is for us to group them into 10, and we start with constitutionalism. Ozekhome's writings on constitutional law are among his most impactful contributions. When we go to separation of powers is so important to any democracy. You have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And former President Jonathan said something about the judiciary when he was making his remarks. But they know the doctrine of democracy has been there. Montesquieu, that French philosopher, he said, no, we are talking of power. Power corrupts, Lord Atkins. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You can't have all powers vested in one person. Even God who is the omnipotent, the immortal, the invisible, he decided even to share his powers. You have the angels, you have the archangels, you have the Holy Spirit of God, you have the elders of heaven. So you can't have every power, all powers concentrated in one person. Then about anti-corruption. Hear what my brother is saying. It's a critical examination of Nigeria's anti-corruption efforts. We want to appreciate President Olusegun Obasanjo for the establishment of EFCC and ICPC. Leadership and personal development. Leadership is another signal theme in Ozekhome's body of work. Through the work titled Leadership by Example, he expresses his conviction that true leadership is about setting a positive example for others to follow. Then we go to politics and governance. His works on politics and governance, democracy or democracy, provide critical analysis of the political landscape in Nigeria. And his Nigerian project, Past, Present, and Present, offers a broader perspective on Nigeria's political evolution. Then statecraft, international affairs. Ozekhome's reflections on statecraft and Nigeria's role in the international arena are captured in words such as Nigeria in World Affairs, the world at Nigeria's feet. Let us go to democracy. What he says about democracy is very eloquent, very succulent, very captivating. Then nation building and contemporary discourse. The author is no doubt a true lover of our nation, and the patriot shows his understanding of our nation and its underpinnings in Nigeria's evolution and its political players.
Basically, what the book tells me is that we should tell all of us is that the power to change the world comes from daring to think differently. That is what I have done. There's a lot of history I have with YIN, which I will not really go into right now because I really want to move fast. But the book is, it goes into history. It goes into how people have been thinking differently over the years. And that is the key thing. So technology is changing, keeps changing, but there is something that doesn't change. That is thinking differently. The people that used stones to create life, the people that use, so it goes really into history. I want you to take that away from the book. So it adopts a historical approach to bring out certain principles that are associated with technology and innovation. It's intentional and forward-looking. Like I said, it goes into history, the present, and the future. And also looks at the fact that technology innovation is strictly about productivity, it's about making lives better. It's about improving things. Something, it's not about complexity. That's a message I also got from the book. It's about this thing that you are doing like this today. How can you do it better? How can it be more convenient? So, interestingly, the book looks at the SDGs. It's a wake-up call for all of us. One thing that you gain from the book as well, by the time you get the book, are the resources at the end of the book, which are very useful for a reference guide. There are insights on all major aspects of technology and innovation.
Mike Ozekhome, first daughter, barrister at law. Thank you for holding the guests together. Dr. Esizaze Michael Ozekhome. Okute, thank you very much. Dr. Esizade Michael Ozekhome family. Okute Peter the Rock was present last November when she wedded. The husband, Damilola, who has become my son also. Family, he came yesterday, and I told him if you didn't come, I would have flogged you on the bed.
From London.
From London. I want to thank you, and they are living very well, and I'm proud of them. Next is Ozekhome. That is the Michael. That is the Mike Ozekhome of the family. Full of glamour, panache. He has style. He has gravitas. Ever sartorial and ever gregarious. Before I forget, I do not know whether he's still here. Uzochukwu Stanley. People call him popularly Stanel. Stanel is my son. In fact, we call him son one within my family, even though he's an Igbo. That is one of the young men that drives my engine. I want to thank him, whether he's here now or not. Help me send it to him. My next person. I do notice one thing, that apart from my first son, that all the other boys are yellow purple like their mother. While the girls they have my color. One of them is not here now. Now, this is Usilama Michael Ozekhome. 8 years at the bar. And it's my handbag, my PA, my secretary, everything. At times by 4 a.m. we are walking. 4 a.m. I tell you, you can't go to bed. We walk. This is Ngozi Omosumi Usilama Michael Ozekhome. That's the beautiful wife that he married from Onitsha, the daughter of Dr. Onyechi, Dr. and Mrs. Onyechi. And they have this beautiful Ikpabusi, meaning the power of God.
The girl is not around.
Who's the other one?
The second is not around. The second to the last is not around.
The second to the last. Selvena Michael Ozekhome is not here today, unavoidably absent. But this is the last born of the family, an American citizen, the biggest and the tallest in the family, but the last born. Ozekhome, Mike Ozekhome is also a lawyer.
We have successive governments that have failed the people. Governments that have not upheld that popular saying of Abraham Lincoln when on the 18th of November 1863 in his Gettysburg Declaration he declared democracy as government of the people, for the people and by the people. But we do not have democracy like that in Nigeria. That is why I enunciated different crises that we're having. One of the books is titled Democracy or Democracy. I say we are operating democracy, like Fela would put it. But I've also created my own Ozekhpedia, modeled after Wikipedia, Negapedia, Estonia, and Encyclopedia. I call it Ozekhpedia. And Ozekhpedia has identified certain crises that we practice, which are far removed from democracy, government of the people. One of them is electionocracy. We practice electionocracy. Electionocracy is a system of government where those voted for or selected or anointed or elected, they merely use one 1 year to do some patchwork. By the second year, you've already started politics towards another term. It's only if you are not a follower of events in Nigeria that you will not know that the race for the 2022 presidency has already started. When the president has not yet governed for 2 years, when we have not seen any democracy dividends. I've even said dividends is a word from the corporate world. Dividends is surplus from profit. You can only declare surplus from profit. The question is, have we even made profit from which we can declare surplus or dividends? So my own electionocracy says no. I have executocracy. Executocracy is government where the executive lords it over other 2 arms of government. 3 arms of government that we know, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, which Baron de Montesquieu, a great French philosopher in 1478, defined so that they can have checks and balances. I say we have an all-powerful executive that lords it over the legislature and the executive. Because of that, we do not have real democracy. Then I have legislatocracy. Legislatocracy is like the type we have now, where you have a legislature that says yes sir, like Agama lizard, to any bill or any suggestion or any motion brought by the president. They will pass it. They do not care about the common man. The president say, I need $1 billion. They will say, why don't you make it even $2 billion? It's a system where you have budget party. It's a system where you buy cutlery for Aso Villa every year. And I ask, this golden cutlery, does it mean that they get rust within 1 year? That system that cannot hold the executive accountable is called legislatocracy. Then I have judocracy. Judocracy is a system of government where presidents, governors, legislators, councillors, local government chairmen are incubated and delivered in the hallowed presence of us of law. The votes of the people, which were counted, were not allowed to count.
The most beautiful girl I've seen in all my life. Make way. Every second spent with you is like the news that's right. We are so amazed at all the DVD.
For more on well-researched and balanced stories, events and interviews across business, tech innovation and lifestyle, please like, share and subscribe to this channel, www.youtube.com/digivationnetwork.